We are live from Assembly Hall in Bloomington, Indiana, as the Croatian national team takes on the Indiana Hoosiers in the first exhibition game of the year. Hello everybody, John Laskowski and Ted Kitchell ready to call the action. And international basketball has changed over the years, and part of it politically because of the breakup of some countries. What's the difference, Ted, of the players?
Well, as the world has turned away from communism, it really has hurt their sporting programs, because when they used to be bigger countries, they had obviously bigger budgets, and most importantly, they had bigger pools of players to pick from. So that they would be able to pick from the entire country, and those players, it was very military run as far as they played basketball. That's the only thing they did. They lifted weights. Everything they did was to improve their basketball skills. Now with smaller countries, they're getting more of the 20 to 25-year-old players, where they used to be the 25 to 35-year-old, much more experience.
Indiana won by 40 points last year, and this year's team with Evans and Henderson, they're expected to take the brunt, but the real question is who's going to fill in and help them?
Well, I think that's a question that really is unanswered, and one that you and I are looking to hopefully have answered for us tonight too. Last week we had a chance to see some of the new freshmen. We obviously know that Henderson and Evans are people that can score inside and give some leadership, but I think Coach Knight, along with everybody else in Assembly Hall, will be looking for some leadership from his guard play.
All right, time now for the Cocaline fueling factors.
For Croatia, the outside scoring is very important. They've done very well with three-point shooting. Look for them to throw the ball inside and throw it back out, looking for three-pointers. Also inside defense, we know that Henderson and Evans can score. Indiana will look to score inside. For Indiana, playing 40 minutes last week, the last 10 minutes of the red and white game got a little sloppy. I think they need to work a little bit on the mental toughness and playing hard. Spread the offense. So many times last week we saw the offense get down on the baseline, and it got very tight inside. And today we've got a third and most important for this game. Let's all stay tuned and see how Laz does with the pronunciation of the Croatian player's name.
Thanks, Ted. All right, stop by Cocaline for this month's special. Your choice of cart.
Kalamiza, who will be number 8. Last night, Kalamiza, who we're going to put probably Steve Hart on, is a guy who scored 25 points, likes to shoot the three-pointer. Steve Hart will not let him be able to get away from him. When they throw the ball inside, Steve Hart's going to have to stay with him, because he does like to pop that three-point shot.
Papa John's has the perfect pizza at the perfect price waiting for you. Whether it's pregame, halftime, or after the game, Papa John's delivers the perfect pizza to your door. Call now and you can score before halftime. And we'll be back with the start of tonight's ball game after these messages. Gift that the IU team took was T-shirts, and the Croatia team had asked for T-shirts. There you look at Coach Knight with the officials, Ed Hightower, Rick Byram, and Sam Lauer. So I know Ed Hightower, of course, a Big Ten official. I think Coach is right there talking to him about that traveling rule. Ed, what do you think?
Yeah, we're referring to we have international refs, but we are playing college rules. As you take a look at the Croatian coach.
So new coach. He wasn't here last year. In fact, all these players are new players. We had a chance to talk with Tatjana Vesel. Tatjana is a player on the women's IU basketball team from Serbia. So this was formerly her country, the big country. Croatia, of course, a different state now. So she's helped us with some of the pronunciation. And Rapesa is a new coach here. A young team, Ted. They're a tall team, but they are very lanky, not real strong inside. As you look at Henderson and Evans, they'll try to use some of their muscle inside. If Indiana can use the muscle inside, they'll dominate the game. And if Croatia hits those three-pointers as they did last night against Ohio State, they're going to score a lot of points.
One of the main matchups to look at tonight will be Steve Hart against Kalamiza. Kalamiza, number 8, is a guy who had 25 points last night. And it's amazing to see these teams. They used to come in here and they all looked about 30, 35 years old, and they all look pretty young anymore.
Indiana with the tip. It's a man-to-man defense by Croatia. Inside to Hart. Quick turn and jump is missed. Lindemann steals. Hart lays it up and good. And a foul.
Good steal by Steve Hart. He put the ball up, and that's where Steve Hart needs to work down in the offense. He got the ball down inside Alan Henderson. A nice feed inside. Steve Hart getting the ball, turning. That's where he needs to get the ball. He's able to use his quickness, knock the ball away. Good hands by Todd Lindeman to pick it up. Nice left, and he gets the foul. Possible three-point play.
Strong off the back, but again, Lindeman with his second rebound and a hold. And that's going to go against Croatia. Remits his first foul. Indiana out of bounds. Pat Knight to trigger in.
These are areas where Indiana is usually very aware of what kind of defense they're going to see out of bounds wise. With this team, they've not really done a lot of research, so they really don't know what to expect here. They got man-to-man.
Steve Hart working a lot inside. Brian Evans open, and Indiana leads it 2-zip.
Doing a nice job spreading out the offense. First two times down, they've got two good, nice looks at the basket.
There's the matchup. Calamisa 8 3-pointers last night at Ohio State. Good passing inside and an easy layup. That's Scalen, 7'1", but only 212 pounds.
One thing you'll find with the foreign teams is they don't always look so good, but they do get the job done. They're usually very good passers, and they're also very good shooters if left open.
Not as fluid, though, as you would see in American play. Henderson off on that shot.
And they usually look a bit unorthodox. They'll throw a lot of long passes, but if you leave them open, like right there, they can knock it down.
Shot is missed. A long rebound comes out. Evans really on a switch now because he's playing against a guard. Inside, back out.
That's what they like to do. Throw it down inside and throw it back out. Look for the three-pointer.
Evans on the board. And Indiana brings it up. Henderson beats his man down the floor. Reverse layup is blocked. And Croatia has the board.
You can see Alan Henderson moving up and down the floor much better than he did at this time last year.
Good lob pass. It's missed. And a jump ball called. Did you expect the action to be up and down the floor this much, Ted?
I would think Croatia would want to move it up and down the floor. They probably lose a little bit against Indiana, maybe in the quickness against a couple of players, but I think that they want to move it up and down the floor. If you keep to a half-court game and gets into the inside game, I don't think they're that strong inside.
Outside shot is missed. And Evans with the board.
Important for Indiana, once they shoot the basketball, the guards really have to get back defensively.
Indiana pass and cut offense. Here it's inside to Lindeman, turned, and his jumper is good. Todd Lindeman with the turnaround.
One thing we talked about Todd Lindeman, if he just catches the ball, he usually gets himself in good position. Tonight he's caught the ball twice, and because of it, he's been real positive on the offensive end.
Calamisa with some good dribbling there, but Hart stayed with him. Inside, that's Scalen, and he gets the bounce. 6-4 now, Indiana by 2.
Todd Lindeman going to have to really use his body inside. The kid is not very big and strong, and right there, you got to get the ball to Lindeman. He had the position. They threw the ball away before he had to read, but Evans still was able to get himself open.
Evans does with the three-pointer, the cross-court pass from Pat Knight. So a good pick and jumper, 5 points for Brian Evans.
Steve Hart kind of gave up on Brian Evans, but Pat Knight, even though he was all the way on the other floor, had a lot of confidence that Evans was going to get himself open, and he knew if he got himself open, he could knock it down.
Another offensive rebound by Croatia.
That's going to happen when you take a lot of longer shots. They're going to take a lot of three-pointers. The guards need to go into the free throw line and wait for the long rebound.
Scalen again, back outside, now in again. Good double team, but a reach, and Lindeman's going to be called with the foul.
Nice job by Evans and Lindeman as far as double teaming, but right at the end, Brian Evans and Lindeman kind of slapped down at the basketball. If they would have kept their hands straight up in the air, there was no place for the player to throw the basketball, it would have been a turnover. Instead, they turned it into a foul.
And it's not in shooting, so out of bounds to Croatia. Indiana's first team foul.
See Steve Hart putting a lot of pressure on the inbound pass.
Scalen gets away from Lindeman for the easy layup. Coach Bob Knight off the bench. That's 6 points now for Scalen. He's got all the Croatia points. Pat Knight looks to be the leader on the outside, and they put Hart inside to try to move around and get open.
As time goes on, you're going to see some teams back off of Pat Knight until he proves to people. Nice move by Lindeman, getting the ball, catching inside. Nice turnaround. But until Pat Knight proves to people that he can shoot the basketball, you'll see teams start to lay off of him because they know he's a great passer and he is looking to pass.
Cross-court pass. Alamiza, that's the long shot he likes, and he's good. Again, very unorthodox, doesn't seem fluid at all, but he made 8 of them yesterday. He's got his first one tonight.
And they're a lot better now than they used to be when we played. When you and I played, they throw a lot of long passes. They look very strange and plain, but they do get the job done.
Another cross-court pass. This is Steve Hart. Looked like he would know. It is a three-pointer. The referee did not mention it or show the sign at first, but that's only 2 on the board. Let's see.
It looked to me like he did have the foot on the line, but if Steve Hart, if he learns to knock that jump shot down right there, Steve Hart will see a lot of playing time this year for Indiana.
Inside, good spinning move. Simonovic with his first 2. And it looks like that was a 2-pointer by Steve Hart. 13-11, Indiana leads.
Oh, good pass.
Into Lindemann, deflected. Pat Knight in the air. Here's Hart back to Lindemann. And the jumper is good. So when Todd gets squared up to the basket, that's a good shot.
They did a nice job there of reading. Steve Hart's cutting down the lane, and he just kind of falls 1 or 2 steps out. That way he opens himself up. If they don't pick Steve up, he's got a layup. They did pick him up. Todd Lindemann's got an easy 5-foot shot.
That's 6 now for Lindemann. Good defense there by Henderson, and that's the travel. Ed Hightower with the call. And we've got timeout. 14:28 left. The score, Indiana 15, Croatia 11. We'll be back after these messages.
Well, you can see Todd Lindemann jumps out before the man really comes to him, and because of that, the big man does a nice job cutting down the lane, getting an easy layup. Todd getting himself out of position there. He has to wait for the man to drive off him before he jumps out of there.
Indiana ball, Pat Knight again on top. It's a 1-4 with the picking going on inside. Henderson cuts in the lane open. Can't get the shot away. It's a tall Croatian team, and Henderson deferred the pass out. Pat Knight with a leaning shot gets the roll. His first 2.
Nice job of filling the lane there when there was an opening. As you can see, the Croatians throw a long pass, which is what the Europeans like to do. But Pat Knight, nice job. If he can show people he can score, he'll see a lot of playing time because he's a great passer. The 2 combinations make it very difficult for other teams.
Good pick that time and leaves a good opening, but Remitz gets the roll as it bounces around the rim up and in.
Alan Henderson has not really taken any shots so far. He's done a nice job of passing the basketball back out when the opportunity presents itself.
Henderson with the jumper as Evans got caught inside, but another rebound. Lindemann seems to be pretty active, Ted.
Lindemann getting the ball a lot. He's looking to the basket. When he does get it there, a nice job. Nobody blocked him out. He got the rebound, passed it over to Allen for an easy shot.
He's playing against a guy an inch taller, which won't happen very much, but Lindemann about 30 pounds heavier. He's got to use his weight. Good steal or recovery there by Pat Knight as he gets it back into Lindemann. They seem sharper. The team seems sharper, probably because they're playing against another team.
Yeah, I think it's very difficult when you play against the same guys day after day. I think it was tough last week in the red-white game. But you can see Todd Lindemann doing a nice job posting up inside, and Pat Knight. I happened to be in the locker room before the game, and I saw that Pat, I don't know if it had been in a practice, he had about 5 times as many post feeds as anybody else on the team. So if you get yourself open down there in the post, Pat's probably going to find you. See Evans and Pat. Pat comes around. Alan Henderson going to be tough for people to stop if he gets the ball inside there.
Indiana miss. They still lead by 5. 12:40 left. First half. No substitutions yet. Defense seems to have picked up from the inter-squad game, and a steal there as Evans tips it away. Here's Pat Knight trying to get to the middle. And he slows it down. 3 turnovers now for Croatia. And Pat anticipated Henderson moving to a spot. Indiana's first turnover.
Coach Knight telling me he should have taken one or two more dribbles down towards the corner, gave him a better passing angle. Instead, he tried to throw a very difficult pass. Not able to come up with it. That's a turnover. Steve Hart presenting a lot of problems for Croatia out front. He's very quick, putting a lot of pressure on the basketball.
Long shot outside by substitute Marko Bulic, 6'5", and he drains his first shot, 19-17. So Croatia holding strong.
He's almost like a setter from about 1950s.
Here's Steve Hart. He is off with that jumper. Rebound to Croatia. Indiana about to make a substitution here with all 5 freshmen coming into the game, and we anticipated Coach Knight might try this. Right now he's motioning the official to move out of the way. A 3-point shot again is good. This time Rimitz, he hits his second one, and Croatia has the lead 20-19. The crowd comes to life. Pat Knight back outside. Evans, he's been pretty closely guarded, has not had the opportunities to get that shot away. Good fake by Lindemann. Up strong and could have had a foul there.
Nice fake, squared his shoulders, went up very, very strong. Todd Lindemann looks very, very good tonight inside.
8 points already. We're not halfway through this first half, and Lindemann a good showing.
Defensively, we're giving up a lot of three-pointers. They'll continue to take that three-pointer. They'll throw a lot of long passes. You're going to see that. There the guy makes a three-pointer. He's bumped by Brian Evans. He's got a chance for a 4-point play. The one thing Coach Ellenberger talked about tonight in the little talk he does is, once the ball being ball side, getting off of your man and going against the international teams, they will throw over the top. They will do the skip pass, and you've got to recover very quickly to your man, or they're going to get some shots. And so far, Indiana not doing a very good job of recovering to their men.
Rimitz now with 9 points, 10 on that free throw, and Croatia leads it by 3. We've got a timeout. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. This is the Raycom Sports Network. Freshmen now, so a young group out there, but Ted, I'll tell you, they're not getting any younger in the truck. Jerry Wheatley, our director, it's his birthday today. Let's just call it 40-something, huh?
Oh, I thought you were going to say 50.
Hey, we're just kidding, Jerry. Keep us on here and make us look good, will you? All right, here are the freshmen. Let's see if they can look good. This is a new experience as they got a full house here, about 16,000, and their chance to show Indiana fans what they can do. Neil Reed, that's a good shot from the outside. He misses. They're down 3 now, 10:22 left, to a team that they've had really no preparation for. Another outside shot. This is Calamiza. That's no surprise because he was the big gun last night.
Michael Herman a little late getting back defensively, and they'll kill you because they'll look to take that three-pointer at any time. The one thing to watch, the difference between this team and the team that was in there is at the pace that they move around the floor. These guys are going to move very, very quickly around the floor. They're going to call traveling on Charlie Miller. Nice move down the lane. But they don't get a lot accomplished rather than good, sharp movement where they're getting good open shots like the first 5 that were in there. So this team needs to get some good, solid screens to get some good openings for them.
See it, only the second turnover now for Indiana. Great chance for these guys, though. I mean, can you imagine as a freshman? I didn't get to play. I was on a freshman team. First game out of the box, playing an international team. Guys you've never seen style of play before. And 2 quick baskets by Croatia. They lead now by 8. But I don't think the score is as important as what coach sees from the guys out there.
He's obviously wanting to see what some of these guys can get done. Right now, they really need somebody to step up and give some leadership, get things under control. You can see Eggers posting up inside. I'll just say number 11 over the back.
It's Driga.
Oh, of course.
Ted,
of course.
Have you not studied your Croatian names today? Ivan Griga, 7'1", 210.
Like I said, 11 over the back. You see the offense is way down on the baseline. You want to keep it up, keep it spread, give you a lot more room for posting and getting the ball inside. Nice move by Eggers inside.
They seem to be pretty patient. The one thing you want to avoid is that one pass and shot. They've been moving the ball around.
There's a difference between patience and just actually running time off the clock and thinking you're working the ball around. I mean, when you're patient, you're actually getting good, solid screens. You're wearing the defense down. It's quite a difference when you're just passing the ball around. The defense is just kind of standing around watching.
Indiana's down 8, 8:51 left.
There's a lot of quickness out there defensively, though. They cause a lot of problems. You can see Michael Herman, quick hands, takes the ball away. Big, strong kid. He makes his first basket at Indiana.
All right, good job by Michael Herman. Quick guard, a good trap. And he pressures right at the 10-second line as he comes down.
Travel.
Scaling with the travel. 5 turnovers for Croatia. Indiana has the ball, chance to cut into the lead.
Let's look if we can keep that offense up high, get some good solid screens, get somebody open for a good shot.
Playing a high offense, 3 guys across the free throw line. Good camera angle there to see that. Trying to keep that basket area open. Miller with a good cut inside, but Patterson saw him a little late, and the pass is stolen. 3 turnovers.
Patterson, as big and strong as he is, he has to take that. It's about a 5-foot jump shot. He's just got to go up strong and knock that down.
Travel inside. Robbie Eggers on the D.
Our Big Ten officials coming through for us strong on those travels.
Timeout, 7:54 left. Croatia leads at 29-23, and we'll be back after these messages.
Up front, playing a little defense. See Charlie Miller right there. They come over. Michael Herman. Ooh, Coach Knight likes that when you come over and help pick that ball up. And you gotta like these shots. You shoot a high percentage on those.
There you see the percentages, 3-point wise. Indiana not getting their shots from the outside. Here's the offense for Indiana. Patterson open, long on that jump shot. Herman tries to rebound.
A number of the shots have been just a little bit long, which you would have to expect. When you come in as a freshman, you're all excited putting that uniform on for the first time. You walk out, there's 18 or 16,000 fans in the stands, and just pumped up just a little bit.
Foul inside. That's going to go on Eggers. He's playing against a much bigger man. Eggers listed 6'10", 233. So he gives up about 3 inches.
Big, strong kid, though. He really bangs people inside, does a nice job.
Inbounds pass comes way in too close to the basket. But Patterson with the big board. Fast break as Miller pulls back. Patterson on the drive. Left-handed is off. Ball tipped back to Reed. Open jumper off. Here's Eggers, so the rebounding is there. And a foul inside on Croatia.
Nice job by Eggers. I think he about got his back thrown out there. He did a nice job. The guy just stuck his hand right in his back. Almost knocked him down. Good job by the official to make that call.
Foul on Scalen, his 3rd, and he's a starter, so we'll see. He's going to have to come out of the game as their coach makes a substitution. Out of bounds to Indiana. Michael Herman, good quickness out there. Let's see if he can use that to get open.
Good one-on-one player, likes to have the ball and work with it. Coach Knight would like to see him working off screens a little bit more.
Play a little like Isaiah, Ted?
He's built a lot like Isaiah. He's very, very strong. He can post up down inside.
But there's only one Isaiah. That's why I said like. Shot is off. That was an air ball, in fact. And again, Indiana hustles on the rebound, and they're going to gain a possession.
Good hands by Indiana, knocking the ball away. Freshmen having a tough time getting the ball to go down in the basket.
Scalen leads with 6 points. Inbounds by Charlie Miller. Here's Herman. Miller sits right up on the block, and he draws the foul.
Really a good catch by Miller. There wasn't very much room between Michael Herman and Miller, and he kind of tossed it in there real quick. He really needed to take a bounce back behind the 3-point line and kind of free up Charlie Miller inside, and then feed him with a nice bounce pass.
Bob Knight makes a point to Ron Felon. See how high the offense is? I think they looked at that tape, Ted, and said, let's keep it as high as we can. Now you see as the play begins, Patterson tries to post up inside.
One of the keys to tonight's game, we felt like, was keeping the offense spread. Nice job by Eggers. A little bit out of control. Got lucky that they're going to call the blocking foul right there. But keeping the offense spread, you know, then there's opportunities to drive the ball to the basket, to cut in the middle. Going to take a look at Robbie Eggers. He has moves over. Nice job. You can see he gets a little bit out of control. That's a call. If you're on the road, sometimes it'll go against you, but a chance for him to go to the free throw line, and first time Indiana's been there tonight.
You see his high school averages, Robbie, from Cuyahoga Falls in Ohio. Short on that rim. See our new camera angle there. Give you a little better shot watching that weak side defense.
Kind of spins the ball off his fingertips rather than shooting the basketball.
He misses both. Indiana's still down 6, so really not much scoring either way since this freshman group has come in. They're holding in Croatia on defense, but not scoring on their own. Here's an open shot. Weak side, Remits again. That's his third three-point shot. Not help off of him.
They would not miss those shots. I mean, if you think you're going to keep watching and the percentages are going to catch up, if they continue to get open like they have been, they're going to continue to hit shots.
Patterson off the dribble is off. Rebound to Croatia, long pass and a layup off as Patterson's there for the board. We'll see how quickly they can get the ball down. Charlie Miller. Will Reed with a back screen. They go to Patterson inside. Let's see if he muscles in. He does. A little jump hook is off. Charlie Miller with the tap is off.
The shots as time goes by that Andre Patterson is going to knock down. He's got good position inside. A very nice move in there using the right hand. A little hook shot. Another open shot for him.
Outside it's off. Gulic misses on that shot. Michael Herman with the only 2 points for this group, and that came on the steal as Indiana's going to bring their starting 5 back in at next time out. And there's a shot. That's by Neil Reed, his first basket. And we're at the 5-minute mark. Indiana is down by 7.
Nice job driving along the baseline, getting an easy 5-footer there. Defensively, once you help over in the Indiana offense, you really have to be ready to go back. You can see they drag that foot, and there's our Big Ten official, Eddie Hightower, once again to call that traveling. But you really have to be ready to get back to your man once you help out, because if you don't, it's going to leave somebody open, and the European teams are very good at moving into the openings.
All right, the substitution has been made, and the starting lineup for Indiana back in the game. 4:39 left, so they'll have a chance to cut in to this lead. Alan Henderson barks out some signals to his teammates. He's on the far left side of the court. Hart and Knight will be the guards. Evans, Lindemann, and Henderson right across that free throw line, trying to keep that offense high.
Look for this team trying to get Alan Henderson into some openings, whether it be moving with the ball or posting down on the block.
There's Henderson.
Oh, good fake.
Shot fake, gets him a shot, and he gets it to go on the roll.
Shot fake, something they work on every day in practice. And it's amazing how many times a shot fake will get you open or it will get you to the free throw line.
Henderson with 4 points and the lead down to 5. Let's see how this group's defense comes into play. See how Hart spreads out the offense. Good drive all the way. Shot is missed, and Lindemann can't come up with it. Again, the shot missed. Evans goes flying over the manager. I'll tell you, that guy is fearless. If there's a loose ball, he's going after it. The IU managers sit there behind the basket off to the side in folding chairs to wipe up the floor or where they're needed, and rarely you see a player go that far, but Evans did it. We've got timeout, and we'll be back after these messages from your local station. This is the Raycom Sports Network. Happy birthday, Jerry. Hey, and all of Indiana knows it now.
11-11.
A lucky number.
You know what? Is it?
Terry Moore? Is that right?
Well, you know what, guys? The last telecast we did, it was 11-2. And God had a good day that day, too.
Whose birthday was that?
Oh, yeah, but we
missed it.
But nobody got it. How about that? Huh? Yeah, I didn't know if I figured I'd see it on the screen as the game went on, but no.
We don't miss many.
Okay.
We need to mention the red shirts too, if possible.
We'll take a look at Alan Henderson. Okay, Alan, you've been working on that shot fake for 15 minutes every practice. You're tired of it. Oh, but look, it's going to get you 2 points. Nice shot fake, good shoulder fake. Got the guy up off the floor, and an easy 2 points for Alan Henderson.
It's going to get him easy shots, or it's going to get him fouls against him so he can go to the free throw line. What a great move to add to his arsenal. Look, drive to the basket, left-handed off. Henderson with the board. And this group coming in pretty sharp now. 3:45 left, first half. Indiana trails by 5. Henderson again moves, fakes, and the bank shot.
Got to go to Alan Henderson. Nice job once again using the shot fake. He's going to get people up in the air, and he's leaning into the basket. A good offensive player is always going to lean to the basket. It takes away that defensive player being able to get up and block the shot.
Hart goes for the steal and misses, and it cost him as Calamiza hits the three-pointer.
Sure, that's one thing Coach Knight discussed with that group when they came over, is the number of open shots that they had. Eddie Hightower going to talk to, who is it, number 11? And Lindemann. There's a little pushing and shoving going on there. They got their hands on one another.
Grigot 11, 7-1. Let's take a look, see if we can watch the action. Look at the right of your screen. There, looked like they just faced off a little bit there.
Yeah, really not too much. I think Eddie caught just the end of it, and it looked a little worse than it really was.
Henderson inside. Shot is off, and Grigot will draw the foul. So Henderson very active offensively.
Henderson has really turned it up a notch here. See their coach a little upset with that call. But Henderson really much more active in the offense. He's moving very sharp. He's getting the ball, and once he gets it, he knows what he wants to do with it. He's taking it to the basket, good shot fakes, and he's getting easy shots, and he's knocking them down.
I think Henderson, Ted, has looked around, and he sees Graham and Bailey and Leary gone, and he's starting to look into what he needs to do.
There's another $25 into the Gleaners Food Bank from Noble Romans Pizza. With this reminder, bring a can of food for Gleaners to a Noble Romans Pizza anytime tomorrow and get a large hand-tossed pizza with one topping for just $5 tomorrow at Noble Romans.
And we welcome Noble Romans, a new sponsor on this year's telecast. And we'll look for those specials during our free throws throughout the season. 8 points now for Henderson. He bags both free throws. Three-point shot is off. A whistle. It's on Lindemann.
You see that they're doing a lot of screening down low. They've got guys running the baseline, and they're popping out to the corners. Lindemann and some of the bigger people are going to have to step down and kind of knock that guy off so he's not able to get out there. Right now, you can see right there, again, Pat Knight not hardly able to get out there. Lindemann's got to help him and knock that guy off his cut.
Lindemann has that board. Indiana down 4, as close as they've been here in a long time. Whistle away from the ball, and that's going to go on Lindemann on setting the pick. His third foul now on the block offensively. So his active play now has cost him a foul.
I'm going to take a look at it. Lindemann trying to do a job of screening inside.
Moved a little to the right there.
Very little. I'll have to say that's a pretty weak call right there.
His third foul still in the game. As we might mention, the 5 freshmen came in. There are 3 players dressed in street clothes. That's Richard Mandeville, Rod Hodson, and Sharon Wilkerson, so they won't play. And obviously they are potential red shirts since they're not dressed tonight.
Potential being the key there. Just because they're not dressed, obviously that doesn't make them a red shirt at this point in time, something that is yet to be determined by the coaching staff.
And that could be determined well in the future, as they may not go to or play in Hawaii. They may even wait out to Notre Dame and some games even early December. And coach would look at, see how the freshmen are coming along, who can help, and then decisions, of course, made at a later time. Out of bounds, Croatia retains possession. And there the 3 are right there. Mandeville, of course, the big 7-footer out of California. Wilkerson, saw him today before practice, or before the game, Ted. He did not have any bandage on that leg and was getting around pretty well. So his leg could be a lot stronger here in 2 or 3 weeks.
Well, I'll tell you, that's not any fun sitting out as a red shirt. But I think if you take a look at it over the long run, look at a guy like Brian Evans. I I did it myself, and I think over the long run it helps out tremendously, and it makes you a much more mature Indiana basketball player.
Henderson on the jumper is off, but Steve Hart tries to keep it alive. 1:35 left first half. In a well-contested first half with Indiana struggling a little offensively, but really putting some good pressure on defensively. The three-point shot is what's hurt him, and there it does again. Tankovic, 6'5" guard, nails that three-pointer.
Indiana is going to have to do a better job of getting back defensively. Croatia just racing the ball down the floor, trying to catch Indiana out of defensive positioning, and then the guard is driving the ball into the middle. When we pick up, he's throwing it out, and we're getting killed.
Good post there as Lindemann just off on the jumper. And again, a foul inside as Indiana's actively going after the offensive boards.
Well, it's going to pay off in the second half because a number of these people are starting to get in foul trouble, especially their big people who have scored a lot of points inside. If you don't have your big people inside to throw the ball into, it makes your three-point shooting much less effective. So they are in foul trouble.
4 fouls now on Grigo, 7 foot. And to prevent Lindemann from his 4th, Indiana makes the substitution as Patterson comes in. And Lindemann goes to the bench. Lindemann with a good first half, though. Hart is off again on the free throw. And we're under a minute. Indiana trails by 7.
Steve Hart needs to do a good job of not only putting pressure but containing that guard. Once he gets the ball and drives the ball into the middle, it creates a lot of problems for the Indiana defense. Going to call trapping. Taking that extra step in the NBA, you can get by with that.
Henderson was there to help too. It looks like the weak side help is coming through. 10 turnovers now for Croatia, and that has hurt them here in the first half. About a 5 or 6 second difference on the shot clock. Evans spins inside, misses the shot, but draws the foul. So Indiana with a quick shot.
Good movement by Indiana. You can see that this group of guys really reads one another much better. Alan Henderson catches the ball in the wing, and right away he knows Brian Evans is cutting in the middle. He's able to give him the ball. Nice job by Evans getting to the basket. Once again, good offensive players lean to the basket.
Evans with 5 points now. Really hadn't got the ball a lot in scoring positions. Strong on that free throws, and then Indiana's been hurt by that free throw here in the first half.
Indiana's starting to get to the line here towards the end of the half, but not doing a very good job of getting the job done as far as getting the ball in the basket.
He's 1 out of 2. Indiana down 6. 30 seconds left, first half.
Steve Hart doing a nice job putting a lot of pressure. Much better job of containing the basketball right here. Not letting him get around him and drive into the middle and create so many problems. Pat Knight gets lost.
Tankovic with the three-pointer. There you see the time. Indiana tries for the last shot. Pat Knight will take it. And it's off as the horn sounds. And that ends the first half. So Pat Knight with the open shot, but comes up short. 41-32. Indiana trails by their biggest margin, 9 points. And we'll be back after these messages. Didn't expect down 9 at halftime.
I don't think Coach Knight probably expected. I'm sure that he would say that he's not really that concerned about the score, more of what's going on out on the floor. But if things were going correctly in the way he felt they should be going, I don't think they'd be down 9.
See how long Indiana stays with this first group. Lindemann and Henderson, both of them with 2 pretty good first halves. And Croatia brings out their starting lineup as they started the ball game. So a good second half test now for Indiana in preparation for the opening games in Hawaii. The team will leave a week from tomorrow, the day of the Indiana-Purdue football game, on their journey to Maui.
Indiana really didn't want Todd Lindemann getting that ball that far away from the basket. Croatia doing a nice job of switching off, and because of it, Steve Hart able to pop loose underneath.
Steve Hart has used his quickness today, both offensively and defensively. And there he comes up with his first 2 of the second half.
You need to contain. You need to contain and recover. You're going to call it travel. He came off there and took that bunny step. Eddie Hightower all over that one.
Looks like the Indiana kids have adjusted well to that traveling call. Not many calls here in this first exhibition game. Indiana now down 7.
Indiana doing a nice job of handling the ball. Only turned it over 4 times. Just got to get some better shots for our better scores.
How about that for a shot? Brian Evans. Is it a 3?
Only 2, I think. They said he was on the line, and the official was right there on top of him.
Okay, on the line, Indiana trails by 5. But a good offensive start. Let's see if the defense can hold its own. Lindemann moves the feet well. Shot off the board. No. Henderson has to slap it away as both Lindemann and Henderson were there under the basket.
Alan Henderson giving up his position there to try to go over and block the shot. Not really a very good play. If he would have stayed, blocked his man out, he would have came up with that rebound. Instead, he had to punch it out of bounds.
Lindemann on a help and recover there, and the ball goes out of bounds. Turnover. That's 11 by Croatia. So Indiana, a good start here in the first minute.
Indiana created much more problems defensively. They're going to call a foul down low, holding on to Evans.
Brian was swinging through under the basket and had to be held to stop his cut. So that obviously means the offense is moving well.
Doing a much better job of screening and getting Evans and Henderson open to start the second half.
Lindemann turns just off. Here's Hart. Jumper is off. He leaned away from the basket that time and missed it. Croatia on the board. Long pass, and the layup is good. Samanovic with the basket. Indiana 3 times now has not gotten back quickly enough. The long pass by Hart is stolen. Not the play Indiana wants. Layup at the other end is good. That's Remitz. And Croatia with a spurt now gets the lead back up to 9.
Indiana comes out, starts very strong, doing the things they want to do. 2 very poor plays, and because of it, 4 quick points for Croatia.
Scalen with the foul as Hart was right on the out of bounds line, and that's 4 now on Scalen. So I think foul trouble could play an effect here in this second half. Look at Steve Hart as he leaves the game for Indiana.
Coach Knight not very happy with the last pass Steve Hart threw. Hart just got one thrown over his head for an easy layup, so he tried the same thing. Things didn't work out so well.
Michael Herman in the lineup. Rebound by Pat Knight. Indiana with a new possession. Inside, here's Henderson. He's in trouble.
Oh, great
what a move. Left-handed reverse layup.
Very smooth. Nice job of taking the ball to his left hand. Nice job of moving in between the people without causing an offensive foul. Great play by Alan Henderson.
Indiana's down 7. Defense is Henderson in good position for the steal. Gets it up to Herman. Stop and go dribble, and it's stolen as Herman ran into trouble. 4-on-1. Pat Knight the only one back, and Croatia scores easily. Builds their lead back to 9. Indiana down quickly.
One thing Michael Herman does is he takes it one dribble too far many times. If you just stop and take the, you're going to call the traveling Alan Henderson, you've got to take that jump shot. Alan Henderson has improved his outside shooting. He's a good shooter. He's got the opening. Wanting to use that shot fake and go to the basket.
Steve Hart is in, and Michael Herman back out. So Hart just out of the game to receive some instruction. He's back in with that first unit.
You see, we have to help. We didn't quite recover very quickly enough, and because of it, another good shot for Croatia.
Ryan Evans way outside, drives to the hoop. Tough shot. Lindemann tips. No. Henderson. Jump hook. No. Evans with the board. Layup. No. Indiana still has it. Hart. Oh, he tried the slam and drew the foul. The ball just would not go in for Indiana.
Indiana, nice job. Real aggressive on the boards. Everybody getting involved. Evans a couple shots. Henderson a shot. Lindemann a tip. You can see we're going to start from the beginning. Nice job by Lindemann getting the ball right here. Henderson got to go up a little stronger, make that shot. Right here's the shot that we really should have got down, though. Brian Evans finds himself a little bit more wide open than he thought, and finally Hart tries to take it down. Once again, we miss a free throw. I think that makes us Indiana 3 for 9 from the free throw line, so they're getting there, but they're not converting.
3 of 8 in the first half, and Hart misses the first one here. That's 4 of 10, and 40% is not going to win many. It does cut the lead down to 8. 16:42 left, and Indiana's in a battle. Scoreboard here at Assembly Hall shows 39, and I think the difference being a three-pointer that we thought was 3 only counted 2, so we'll check that score for you. Easy basket by Croatia, the pass inside, and a 10-point lead now. And this crowd, after that near jam by Hart, seems to be a little more into the ball game. Henderson fakes right, goes left baseline, draws the foul.
Alan Henderson going to have to post up a little higher on the lane. He gets posted up way down low. By posting up a little higher, he's going to have a lot more room to move on the baseline. You can see he's very low here. When he does move, all of a sudden the baseline comes into play. There's not a lot of room. Croatia gets called for pushing, and he will go to the line.
It's 10 points now, the largest lead that Croatia has had.
There's another $25 into the Gleaners Food Bank from Noble Roman's Pizza. And don't forget Noble Roman's delivery guarantee. Within 25 minutes after placing your delivery order, Noble Romans will call to let you know your pizza is on its way or it's free.
Henderson gets the roll on the second one. He now has 12 points. And Croatia will bring it up. The defense is where Indiana needs to stick right now.
Croatia being very patient offensively. They do a lot of dribbling to the side and rolling down the lane. Once again, Indiana has to help and recover. And they once again get an open shot. Fortunately, they miss it.
That's Remans. He is the one who made the big jumpers in the first half. He's off on that one. Hart is open. Baseline jumper, good. Nothing but net. As Hart found himself wide open.
Indiana doing a better job moving offensively, getting more people involved. People got their back turned right there. They're going to call a charge. Very fortunate. Todd Lindeman needed to come out about another step to take that charge. But Indiana turning their back, following their men rather than knowing where the basketball is. And because of it, the man almost gets an easy layup. 15:23 left. Croatia leads it 49-43. We'll be back after these messages. Steve Hart very active. See, gives the ball up. Henderson kind of blocks off Hart's man. Does a nice job of going to the open area. Because of it, he gets a nice, easy 15-foot jumper. Indiana brings it up. Henderson tries to post inside. Lindeman comes up with it. Shot is missed. And again, the action's really been inside a lot this second half, and that favors Indiana. Croatia not able to get the three-point shot as easy as they did in the first half. And Indiana creeps in there by moving the ball inside. Indiana trying to work a little high-low there. Brian Evans working at the free throw line. Alan Henderson down low. There's another $25 to the Gleaners Food Bank from Noble Roman's Pizza. With this reminder, Noble Roman's breadsticks are made from scratch daily. So don't forget to order some the next time you have a pizza delivered. Noble Romans, the better pizza people. Henderson at the line, good scoring night. Gets the second. For this Indiana team to be successful, he's going to have a lot of good scoring. He and Evans are going to have to score a lot and then get help at the other positions, and that's what coach is searching for. Who's going to fill in to help those two starters? Lindeman with a good showing today. And having a 7-footer in that post would be a big help. Good defense. Hart's all over his man. Henderson comes to help. And a travel as Lindeman did a nice shot. Kept his feet, moved, and didn't cause the foul. Held his position. Lindeman's a big, strong kid down low with his legs. He really needs to use, bend down a little bit and use that power. That time did a nice job of holding his position. 14 turnovers now, so the pressure defense has hurt Croatia. Inside to Henderson, shot fake. Double teamed, Hart goes to the open spot. Same shot he hit before, a little long this time. Steve Hart going to have to knock that shot down because they're going to double back on Alan Henderson. Alan did a nice job of throwing the ball back out. But you've got to be able to hit that 15-footer. Good defense there by Evans. He's right up on Remans. But that's Kalamiza. He bags the three from the corner. Evans is back to the basket, tries to go baseline. Oh, what a move as he
faked the reverse and came back.
Great fake by Brian Evans using the baseline. Coach Knight down here talking a little bit to his defense, wanting to stop that three-pointer, move the defense out.
Indiana's down 5, still plenty of time, 13:45. Good pressure by Henderson. Lindemann in the passing lane gets the steal. Tough pass, and Pat Knight got away with one there. Drive to the hoop. His runner is off. Tip is missed. And Croatia with the board. So Indiana, a good scoring chance there. Just couldn't get the roll.
Pat Knight saw the opening, did a nice job of taking advantage of it. You just got to hit that 5-footer. What Coach Knight is talking about, moving his defense out, is when the ball goes down in the post, he doesn't want people going back in and helping. He wants the postmen to be able to play those people one-on-one, and the people outside are going to have to stay with their people.
Good block out there as Indiana easily got that board. Pat Knight dragged a foot there as he picked his dribble up, and a traveling call. Samanic back in the ball game. 6'10". Replaces 6'11", so they don't give up much size there. Switch, and Henderson switches back. Remitz on the drive. He's off. Lindemann again in position for the board. He's going up strong. 2 hands now to get those rebounds.
Henderson really made the play defensively there. He really stayed on this side, helped out. Made it very difficult for the man to shoot.
Henderson fakes left to drive inside. Evans with the layup.
People are really helping off to Allen Henderson, and it really surprises me, I guess, that Allen, he really looking to pass the ball, and he's just been tremendous tonight.
12 points for Evans. Indiana's down 3. Long shot outside, just off. Again, great block out. The ball hits the floor, and Henderson hits the rebound. Lindemann, good turn to the basket. Passes off. Picked by Henderson. Evans wide open for 2.
And you mentioned it, good pick by Allen Henderson. Henderson doing a nice job giving the ball up, going down the lane, setting a good screen. Evans coming off the screen and looking to score as he did.
14 points now for Brian Evans. Good second half. Defense, oh, good drive that time. Remitz. Brian Evans from the back knocks the ball away, but a foul from the front, and that was Steve Hart out of position. Indiana makes a substitution again. The 5 freshmen check in. But a good showing here by the first unit. They cut the margin down to 1, and Brian Evans, 14 points here in the game.
Going to take a look at Indiana on the offensive end. Nice job by Henderson driving to the middle, drawing the defense to him, and Brian Evans not standing but going to the basket, creating an opening for Allen Henderson.
This is Remitz, 15 points. He's off on that free throw, so not having the second half that he had in the first.
Well, Indiana's gotten it back to within 1-2 now with the free throw. Let's see what the freshmen can do now that they're back close.
All right, we'll be back after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Sports Network. Indiana trails by 2. We look over the shoulder there at Neil Reed. That's what it'd be like to be an Indiana basketball player, taking the ball out of bounds. Sometimes scary, Ted. Sometimes it turns out good, huh?
As a freshman whose team was just down 10, and now they've gotten you back to within 2. It might be a little scary, but I look for this group to play a little better. Nice job of spreading the floor out to start. Look for them to shoot the ball a little better, too. I think the jitters will be gone. They're ready to play.
39% this half for the Hoosiers. Andre Patterson outside. There's a jumper. And that's the first tie we've had in this game. It comes at 53 on a Patterson jump shot.
I think that's one place he will really surprise you, is that he is a better shooter. Good hands by Andre Patterson coming up with that ball when it was on the floor.
Well, Michael Herman really looks for that ball. He wants to get it and go. That's the ball he played in Chicago. This time knocked away by Croatia.
And as he gets a little older in this offense, look for him to take that ball that he just got right there and take it right to the basket.
Robbie Eggers, jumper outside off. Michael Herman sneaks inside for the rebound.
Nice job. He's a kid that can do a lot of things inside. I mean, he's a big, strong kid. The ball, a lot of times, will go up on the glass, and somehow he comes out of there with it, and you don't know how at only 6'3".
12-4 run, and it's been by both units, all 10 players for Indiana. The outside shot there. Simonovic hits his 10th point and ties the ball game. Neil Reed dribbles out of trouble. He's got a shoulder harness partially dislocated to prevent a dislocated shoulder. It doesn't really bother him a lot. As you can see, he bombs one for 3 points way outside.
You can see this group of players had really not shot the ball very well, and I think it just had to do with jitters. I think all 5 of them can shoot the basketball. Nice defense by Michael Herman going after that ball. Likes to get in the passing lane. Good defensive player.
Good action here by both units. Coach Knight mentioned that he would play all 10 players quite a bit, and he has. Even as the game got close, he brought the second unit in, this freshman group, to give them some time in a game situation.
Excuse me, Laz. Steve Hart did a much better job the second time out of containing the ball handler, and you can see right there is what I'm talking about. You've got to contain the guy and not let him get around you and get into the middle. He creates a lot of problems for the defense when you let him do that.
Patterson drives baseline and passes off when he sees the double team. And a foul on Croatia.
Once again, we get caught a little bit on the baseline. We have a lot of players that like to work that baseline, but you need to start up a little bit higher, and because of it, give you more room. You can see right here, Michael Herman comes out, but he lets him get around him. We didn't recover to block the shot, so he gives him the shot. If we come out and try to block the shot, he drops the ball off for an easy layup. So it creates a lot of problems when you're not able to contain your man defensively.
Herman, Reed talk at the 10-second line. Charlie Miller at the line. He's off on the 1-and-1. That was the 7th team foul by Croatia. Indiana with just 1 second half foul. Michael Herman misses on the bank shot, but he draws the foul. A lot more active offensively for Herman.
Those are the type of plays that he can make that other players can't. He's a guy that, as we mentioned, he likes one-on-one play. He grew up on the Chicago playgrounds, and he's used to playing a lot of one-on-one. And he brings that to Indiana with his offense.
Good look at the freshman from Chicago King.
There's another $25 into the Gleaners Food Bank from Noble Roman's Pizza. With this reminder, bring a can of food for Gleaners to a Noble Roman's Pizza anytime tomorrow and get a large hand-tossed pizza with 1 topping for just $5 tomorrow at Noble Roman's.
Herman is good on both. Indiana leads it now by 3, 9:26 left. Indiana's defense forces Croatia way outside. Look at Herman. See how he forces him to the right side. They want to keep the ball on one side of the floor.
Travel. Yep.
And Charlie Miller left his feet to block the shot, but the travel is called on Bulich. Another turnover, and their coach, Jasmine Rapessa, not happy with what's going on as his big lead has now dwindled. Eggers back to Reed. Drive, a slap from behind, and the foul on Calamiza.
It's going to be a foul almost all the time, at least with college officials. You're usually going to get that, even though we have international. These guys do a lot of college games. You reach around, and they're just going to call you for that foul. You can see Indiana getting to the line 17 times for only 3 for Croatia. A lot of that Indiana a little stronger with the inside play.
A Robbie Eggers stepped over the line too soon. Reed missed the free throw anyway, but it would not have counted. Coach Knight asking for clarification. So Indiana's dominating the free throws, although they're not shooting well, and Croatia dominating the three-point shoot. Trap, Michael Herman
good switch.
Gets the steal, and he and Reed really put the pressure on. Nearly a travel, looks like a sprained ankle.
It came down on somebody's foot.
And now 2 Croatian players down. Still have the ball inside, and a foul and a three-point play. Both. There's 2 Croatian players with sprained ankles. Grigo, 11. There you see him. And number 4, and I've really been evading number 4 all game, Ted. And I'm not even going to try to fool anybody. And we're just going to say number 4. It's all right with you. DeMar is his first name. Let's see. They both went down.
You can see he turned his ankle just a little bit before that.
There's DeMar right there. Now here's 11. He's going to step on his own teammate. There it is.
But he doesn't really hurt his ankle, I don't think. Yeah, he did. Right there, I guess is where he hurt it.
And they both come over to the sideline now. And will be replaced, at least for a moment.
I think we need a little tape on those ankles.
Shot is good. That's Galen.
We're tied.
8:30 left, so a good game-type situation for Indiana in their first exhibition game. Near steal, Reed's got it. Drives, dishes off to Herman. Up in the air.
Oh, good pass by Andre.
Eggers. Patterson with the tip. 2 good plays by Andre Patterson.
Really got good hands inside. One thing he brings to the table, like Alan Henderson, is that he's got good moves inside, and he's got wonderful hands. If he gets his hands on the ball, he usually makes it his.
4 points now for Patterson, and a travel. As we thought, these international players not ready for that travel call. 7:56 left. Indiana leads at 62-60. We'll be back after these messages.
You're going to see a good drive by Herman. He's looking for the pass. They knock the ball away. Patterson, good hands, gets it over to Eggers, but you can see right there, does a nice job getting the basketball and getting it in the basket. Andre Patterson, going to be a tremendous player here at Indiana.
Indiana by 2, and they have the ball. Spread offense. Charlie Miller trying to work his man inside. Herman and Reed outside. Here's Eggers. Patterson trying to post up.
First time they've seen a zone tonight. Croatia throwing a zone at him, so somebody's going to have to pull things together here and try to get him a good shot.
Neil Reed off.
Better get back.
Down to Croatia. Long pass. Patterson is back. He tips it. Shot is missed. Fight for the board. And it really came in waves. The first wave, Croatia beat Indiana down. The second wave got the rebound.
Yeah, Indiana just going to have to get back a little bit quicker, because Croatia, they're always going to have 1 or 2 guys just take off as soon as the shot is taken, and that time Indiana not hardly able to catch up.
This group in the first half only gave up 2 points in the 5.5 minutes they were in the ball game. In the second half, Croatia scoring a little better. They've given up now 11 points in about 4 minutes. Outside shot is good.
Michael Herman going to have to do a much better job defensively right there. He just let the guy throw in, step in, get the ball, and shoot a three-pointer. That just cannot happen.
Indiana trails 1. Patterson with the jumper. He's got good form for a big guy outside.
There's nice rotation on the basketball. Shoots the ball very, very well as Indiana's 5 starters get ready to come back.
7 minutes left.
Problems.
Good recovery. Charlie Miller, steal by Herman. And he wisely takes the ball down himself behind the back. Picks his dribble up. He's got a new dribble. Goes to Eggers. A pass fake that time. Tough shot, and Robbie draws the foul. He had a triple team there on him.
Ball he really needs to pass out. Michael Herman put himself in position outside the three-point line. Robbie needs to pass that ball back out and then try to reestablish his position inside and get the ball back.
Good hand for this group as they come out. They've done a nice job in their first real taste of Indiana basketball.
When they came in the game, they were down by 2, and as they go out, they're up by 1, so nice job.
Lindemann will wait as he'll come in for Robbie Eggers when he can.
You can see when he shoots that basketball, he really almost spins it, rather than just kind of shooting it. If you watch a good shooter, usually the ball will rotate very slowly, and if you watch the ball, his really spins. And able to get that one down though.
At the second one, Lindemann comes back in, so the experienced veteran lineup now in for the Hoosiers. They are up 2 points, 6:30 left in the game.
Good help by Todd Lindemann there, helping things out. That's a bomb
shot. Marko Julich way outside.
He likes that setter out there about 30 feet away.
10 points given for the game. Indiana trails by 1. Inside to Lindemann. Turn. Todd doesn't bring the ball down, Ted, like he used to. He keeps it high and shoots it high.
He's doing a better job of positioning himself inside, and because of it, he'll be amazed at the amount of confidence the other players get in him once they start throwing it in there and he's catching it. He'll be open a lot more than he used to be.
Three-pointer is off. Pat Knight brings it down. Watches the defense behind the back into Henderson.
Go up strong.
He tried, but it got blocked. And out of bounds, pressure by Steve Hart forces a Croatian turnover.
That's what Alan Henderson has to do. He has to take it in there. He has to go up strong. Again, he catches himself just a little bit under the bankboard. Needs to move himself up just a little bit off the baseline so he's not so cramped down there.
A lot of animation there by the Croatian coach. Lindemann way outside, trying to give it up. He does. Henderson dribble into traffic. Good quick move by Hart. Who's open? It's Lindemann. Shot is off. Henderson rebounds and lays it in.
Alan Henderson, wonderful instincts as a rebounder. Later this year, a chance of taking over Walt Bellamy's rebounding record, something that has stood for a long time. And see traveling once again, going to take that one extra step that they would get by with in the NBA, but college, they're going to call it on it.
20 turnovers has really gotten Indiana back into the game. They're up 3, just under 5 minutes. A good second half showing by Indiana.
See, 20 turnovers to only 10 by Indiana. A pretty good number for Indiana. 10 is a number you try to stay at or under when you play at Indiana as far as turnover.
Evans tries to direct traffic. He wants to make a move into Lindemann. Shot is off, but a foul. So Lindemann not bringing that ball down on the dribble or even down to his knees where it can be taken away.
But again, probably just as important is he's getting himself in position so that somebody can get him the basketball and he has a chance of making the field goal. Nice job of positioning himself in the middle of the floor. And Brian Evans, a great passer, will usually find you if you're open. There's another $25 into the Gleaners Food Bank from Noble Roman's Pizza. With this reminder, Noble Roman's Sicilian pizza is baked in olive oil from scratch daily. Not frozen like the competitions. Taste the difference at Noble Roman's, the better pizza people.
Lindemann is good on both. Give him 12 for the game. Indiana with their biggest lead now, 5 points. Outside jumper is good. That's Julich on the jumper for 3. And quickly the lead cut. That three-point shot has been their biggest offensive weapon, and Indiana's not defended well. Lob pass, Steve Hart, one-handed lays it in.
Great pass by Pat Knight. Great awareness to find Steve Hart. A couple guys kind of cutting among themselves there, and Steve Hart just kind of went up and put that one in.
11 points now. Hart with a good offensive show. Air ball, Pat Knight's one-on-one. Now Henderson joins him.
Good
Pat
job.
Knight goes all the way.
Nice job by Pat Knight. Went to the bucket very, very strong. Good job by Brian Evans getting the basketball out to him, giving the opportunity for the easy layup.
Indiana now leads it by 6. And great appreciation shown by these fans. Blocked by Brian Evans. Croatia recovers. Indiana quickly back on D. Good pass there. His shot is off. Rebound. There's a jump ball.
Oh,
that could be a T.
By golly, there's as much air in it as we thought. He was checking to make sure that they had the right amount of air in it.
That's Bulich. And he slammed the ball down, which would have been a jump ball, and received a technical foul. Let's see if that also gives Indiana possession of the ball.
Should. We're playing college rules. They're able to shoot able to shoot the free throws and then get the ball out of bounds. Going to take a look. Nice job by Croatia as far as throwing the ball back. Nobody able to recover. You can see there's a big fight inside. Right here, he felt that somebody had grabbed him, and oh yeah, there's a lot of air in that basketball. It bounces just fine. Great pass here by Pat Knight. You can see Alan Henderson cuts over here, and Pat Knight throws it up in the air. Seeing Steve Hart, I think he's about the only one in the building that saw him, but that's why he's got a lot of assists tonight.
Evans has 2 free throws on the technical. He missed his first. He's got 14 points. Good on the second. And we've got timeout. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. This is the Raycom Sports Network. That last play.
See, Brian Evans comes up with the rebound and right away looks up the court. Pat Knight assesses what's around him, decides I can take this guy to the basket, does a nice job driving strong to the basket for an easy layup. Coast to coast.
.319 left, Indiana possession.
Going to try to get Alan Henderson down inside. You can see they really drop back on Allen.
That Knight is open, it's off. Rebound tipped, and give it to Croatia. That's not what the crowd thought, and Bob Knight didn't think either, and we've got a correctable error, and the officials do give the ball to Indiana.
Ed Hightower is in a little bit better position to see that play, and nice job of overruling a mistake there.
So Indiana keeps it. Croatia really down. They were 10 of 17 in the first half from the three-point line. Whistle and a foul on Croatia. That's the 5th foul now on Skalin, number 10. He leads the game with 9 points.
There is only 3 minutes left in the game, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense to stand right in front of the official and just hack the guy, slap him 2 or 3 times. You can see Lindemann, he's got him in a good position, and now he just starts slapping him. He slapped him on the wrist there. He slapped him again. He's pushing. He's slapping, and I don't know. What do you think about that, Laz?
They play a different style of ball, that's for sure.
I always like to play rather than sitting on the bench.
13 points now for Lindemann. So as we expected, the front court for Indiana is scoring the points. The back court trying to create havoc for the opposing team's offense.
They'll definitely be looking to pop those threes real quick now. Indiana doing a better job out on the perimeter playing defense.
Standing a little bit here on the offense. Finally get it inside. That's Remitz. But travel. Boy, a lot of their turnovers have been traveling as opposed to the bad passes. And there's another one. Lob pass. Evans open off on the shot. But he's fouled as he grabs his own rebound.
Great awareness by Pat Knight. The Croatian team continues to complain about the traveling call on the other end. Nobody looks up the court. Brian Evans gets himself open. You can see Pat Knight quickly finds him open. Nobody has picked up Brian Evans at this point. This is a ball that he just didn't catch out in his fingertips. He kind of got it back in the palm, and because of it, he wasn't able to get in the basket. But maybe he'll get these 2 at the free throw line.
Free throw shooting has been a problem for Indiana today.
And Indiana really a pretty good shooting team, so I'm sure Coach Knight a little disappointed. I feel like free throws are somewhat concentration. Maybe he feels like Indiana's concentration not as good as it should be.
3 out of 6 now, and 15 points for Brian Evans.
Nice job by Henderson. Hart right there communicating.
Jump shot that time. Wancic with the shot. 6-point lead, 2:05 left. Indiana can run some clock here. Remember the 35-second shot clock in play, college ball. Henderson tries to go to Evans, tipped out of bounds.
Indiana kind of burying themselves down there on the baseline. Once again, they need to continue to keep that offense up high.
Henderson tries the back screen. There he is. Look at Evans and Henderson work together at the lower left.
Down to 10 seconds on the shot clock.
First time we've seen it really get down to that level. Hart can't come up with it.
Tough angle.
Turnover.
Tough angle to catch that pass. Pat Knight's feeding him down low. It was a good pass, but still got his hands on it. Couldn't come up with it.
Big possession right here. 1:36 left. Three-pointer brings him right back in the game. Good pass is dropped. And out of bounds. Turnover again. Indiana's got it.
He was looking to pass it before he caught it. Indiana really doing a better job of stopping that three-pointer here in the second half. Indiana into what they call a high offense. You usually have a guy at the free throw line that's going to release from the basketball. Alan Henderson, good post, down on the low post, not able to get it to fall.
And Hart, a little timing off on the shot, but a quick three, as we mentioned. Kalamiza with the shot. The lead now 4, 1:05 left. 17 points now for the good shooting guard.
Indiana's relaxed a little bit the last couple times down the floor.
Shot is off. Rebound though by Hart. New shot clock. Let's see if Indiana uses it. 50 seconds left in the game.
And about 30 on the shot clock, so we got about a 20-second difference in the game as far as the shot clock and the game clock.
Evans looks up at it. So Indiana wisely runs the time. 15 on the shot. Pat Knight with a tough pass. Hart does a nice job to recover, but loses it. Watch for the three-point shot. 23 seconds left.
Shot clock's off.
Kalamiza. The ball tipped away, and Pat Knight brings it down. Great steal. And let's see if they foul. They do. Outside as Pat Knight draws the foul. He made that shot, but
He just needs to move out a little farther. Going about 30 feet right there. He was dead on.
7.9 seconds left, and Indiana leads now by 4. But Coach Knight out with Alan Henderson now. Good practice situation here of a tight game with the clock running down. Pat Knight has 2 shots. It's good on the first. On the second. Good form there. Makes both. And this will be the last shot. Kalamiza. Long pass. Ulich at the buzzer hits it. And he pulls Croatia to within 3, but the clock expires as the players congratulate each other. And Indiana's the victor. 80-77. They win by 3. The 2 coaches shake hands. And Bob Knight can evaluate this tape, see where his team is. Let's talk about the scoring. 77 points that Indiana gave up. 80 points, though. Do you think it was an off night offensively for Indiana?
Indiana didn't score a lot of points, but as I see the teams walk off here, it almost looks like a victory for the Croatians. Obviously, they're very aware of who Bob Knight is and Indiana basketball, what it's all about. And as they walk off, I think they feel very good with their performance. You know, they went to Wisconsin, got beat by, I think, 19. They went to Ohio State, they got beat by 5. They come to Indiana and only get beat by 3. So I think they feel very, very, very good about their performance, as they should.
Great to see their coach. I mean, he looks like he's pleased with what happened. He's getting some congratulations from the fans here. His players slowly going off the floor. I think they've been well pleased. They've gotten their souvenir T-shirt with Indiana basketball on it. I think a pretty good trip for them.
Yeah, I think it was a good trip. As far as Indiana, I think Coach Knight has to be happy with the freshmen. When they went back in the second time, they did a nice job of working the ball around. Andre Patterson did a good job of knocking a couple jump shots down. Neil Reed stepped back, hit a couple jump shots. I think Coach Knight's a little disappointed with the defense, just not communicating, not recovering to the shooters. They know this team, especially, I'm sure they worked on it at halftime. You got to recover to the shooters. You can't let them shoot the three-pointers. They continue to hit some three-pointers in the second half. A lot of work yet left for this team to become a good basketball team.
All right, Indiana wins the exhibition game by 3, and we'll be back with more after these messages. And Indiana wins it by 3. Let's take a look at our Coakley fueling factors we showed before the game, and let's see how Indiana did. Ted, first of all, playing 40 minutes.
We thought it was very important after the game last week, the red-white game. The last 10 minutes we really fell off a little bit, and I thought tonight they really did a nice job in the second half. They had to come back from a 10-point deficit, and they really got themselves back into the game. So a good job of playing 40 minutes.
Spread offense. How did you think the offense worked even toward the end of the game?
I thought the offense was much better. I thought the offense worked very, very good. We got a lot of good shots. Indiana scores 80 points. I mean, Bob Knight's team, or Coach Knight's team, is not a team that's going to score 100 points in a night, even with the three-point line. This team, not a big three-point shooting team as of yet. So they score 80 points. I think they got a lot of good looks at the basket.
I mean, the offensive situation, a lot of missed free throws hurt them. And again, said it's not a team like last year's team shot a lot of three-pointers, but that's not really the situation here with this team.
No, this team's not going to shoot a lot of three-pointers. The strength of this team is obviously Evans and Henderson. So, we're going to see a lot of post play. The free throw, getting to the free throw line is going to be a real point for this team. You got to get the ball inside. You got to get some fouls, get the other team in foul trouble, and you need to get to the free throw line. The only problem is once you get there, we need to make them.
And Evans made a nice move inside. He and Henderson are going to have to work a lot inside together. Let's take a look.
Evans, nice job. You can see a good fake right here. Almost travels, but he kept the pivot foot on the floor. Brian Evans, he's not a big jumper, but he's got real long arms, creates a lot of problems on the offensive end and big problems on the defensive end.
All right, we'll be back with more after these messages. We are live from Assembly Hall.